Alright guys, the new era of DC is officially here with the release of James Gunn's Superman movie, so let's talk about it. Before I really get into it though, I did want to mention how amazing it's been to see how much joy this movie has brought people. Personally, I actually did really enjoy what Zack Snyder did with the character in 2013 with Man of Steel, but in the day and age that we're living in now, I feel like it is about time that we get a hopeful Superman again, and James Gunn delivered exactly that. While I don't think this movie is like 100% perfect or anything, I still think that it achieved a lot of the stuff that it was setting out to do. The more lighthearted and like hopeful tone especially, I thought it nailed. Right down to just how like vibrant and like colorful everything is in this movie. And I really appreciate that James Gunn doesn't shy away from the source material at all. And what I mean by that is that he really brought that like kind of like hokey, kind of campy energy back to Superman. And I mean that in the best way possible. And the choice to drop us into a world that's already established and already has metahumans running around was very bold, but I think it's a good choice. But at the same time, that choice is kind of where my little nitpicks come in. I've seen a lot of people mention that this movie kind of feels like it's a sequel to another movie that we never got, and I kind of agree with that in some ways, just because a lot of things are already established and you're just kind of like expected to like just buy into it immediately, which you do. But at least for me, it did take a little bit of getting used to, and at times, because the world is already so lived in, it did kind of feel slightly overstuffed to me. Not like a ton, just a little bit. There is quite a bit going on in this movie if you really look at it, but that is something I'm kind of torn on because nothing's done badly in it. It's all done well. To me personally, it did just feel like there was a lot to keep track of at times. I do also kind of wish that the movie focused a little bit more on Superman himself as opposed to like the world as a whole, which I'll get into a little bit more when I talk about the cast. And there were certain moments where James Gunn's humor kind of felt like it could have been reeled in a little bit. For the most part, it really worked for me. It is a very funny movie, and he does really nail the heart of it all. James Gunn will make you cry. He's really good at that. But I guess I just feel like it could have been a little bit more balanced. Moving on to the cast, I thought David Cornsweet was a great Superman, although I do really wish that we would have gotten a little bit more of Clark Kent. As great as David is as Superman, I just feel like we didn't get a whole lot of variety in his performance because of not being able to see more of him as Clark. But the few moments we did get with him as Clark were great. I also really enjoyed Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. She really captured that sort of like not fucking around type energy as far as like her reporting goes. But for my money, this motherfucker right here stole the entire movie. Nicholas Holt's performance as Lex Luthor is probably one of my favorite villain performances of all time. Is it too soon to say that? I don't know. But the way he was able to portray his absolute seething hatred for Superman in this movie, phenomenal. He gives a really great speech at the end about why he hates him so much, and it was just, it's so fucking good. But overall though, I did really enjoy this movie as a whole. Like I said, I do have my issues with it. I don't think it's perfect, but as an introductory movie for the DCU, I think it was great. It definitely lays down a lot of foundations for like things that can be explored in future projects in this universe, and honestly, I just can't wait. I really do think that DC is in great hands with James Gunn, and I truly just can't wait to see more of this universe and just to watch it flourish. But yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of people give this movie some pretty high praise, but at least for me, for now, it's getting a 4 out of 5 stars. As I said, I do have a few nitpicks with it, but I left this movie just feeling great, and for every nitpick I had, there was always something that sort of balanced it out, so I can't complain too much. But yeah, definitely be sure to let me know what you guys think of Superman in the comments. If you want some more of my in-depth thoughts on it, I am on Letterboxd, so be sure to check me out on there. But yeah, Superman's a banger.